Big point.
This is the definition of an adaptogen. So in order for an herb to be an adaptogen, it has to meet all of those parameters, which means of all the herbs that people think are adaptogens, there are only 8 or 9 that are what I would call, this is my terminology, a well-researched adaptogen. Then there are another 5 or 6 that I would call a probable adaptogen, meaning based on traditional usage and preliminary research, the evidence really points that they're adaptogens. Unfortunately, in many cases, there's just not a lot of human evidence. There's a lot of animal research, maybe, but not as much human research to back it up like those first 8 or 9. And then there's an even larger group of what I would call possible adaptogens. And I will be very honest with you, I suspect the majority of them are not adaptogens at all, because the evidence for them, and this includes herbs like reishi, this includes herbs like maca, the evidence for them being adaptogens is incredibly poor. Now, that doesn't mean those are all the herbs. There are some other herbs, including a couple of fairly obscure herbs from around the world that I suspect are adaptogens as well. They're just not in commerce. Some of them are endangered or threatened species. So there's just not a lot of information about those. And
Right.
the other problem is that while the Soviet Union existed, they were the center for adaptogenic research. Well, when the Soviet Union fell, that research all stopped. So at this point, I would say, there's some adaptogen research going on in Japan. There's some in China. There's a fair amount in India, actually. There's some in Sweden, but that's mostly a specific company looking at a specific product. And there's some in South Korea. But beyond that, there's very little research being done anywhere